How to become a tech sales rep? That's the question you're asking yourself, and today Rich is going to answer that. I'll be talking with Rich. Not only is he in tech sales, but he also is a coach from CourseCareers who has successfully helped over 200 people get into tech sales roles. Rich is here to share his journey, top tips, and some advice to help you land your dream job in tech sales. So whether you're just starting out or you're looking to make a career switch, this video is packed with exactly what you need, so make sure you stay to the end. All right, so Rich, you're actually a coach with CourseCareers. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it's funny how it happened. After I landed my role, I just made the announcement. I started having people from all over the country reach out to me from different states. And that is when I was just doing on the side. I did not really think about doing the coaching sessions. It just happened. And that's when I remember I was at my office at work, and I just got done helping someone revise a resume, and I'm like, hey, I could do this. So
Yeah.
I made the announcement that Friday, and I immediately had maybe like 10 or 12 people book a session with me, which blew my mind. And now, from now to then, I have coached over 200 people. I've seen about, I would say, about almost 40 people land a job now, right? And all in
That's
different
awesome.
industries. The type of information I provide is essentially LinkedIn optimization, resume optimization, how to properly interview, and also cold call role play, since that is such a big factor in the interview rounds when you do get that interview itself. And that's what I mainly focus on. Those are, in my opinion, yes, knowing the role is really important, but how do we get the job, right? So I would say
Yeah.
those are the most important things. But I do one-on-one sessions. I also do, since CourseCareers is doing this now, I also host the interview workshop. I will be doing something in, I'm hoping the end of August. I am going to have recruiters in my workshops. So I've been
Oh,
networking with a lot. So the good thing about that is you're going to get the real information from the people that are doing the job of recruiting. So
yeah, and that's going to be huge because those are the people that you're probably going to be in contact with, or they're going to be in contact with you. So if you're getting exactly what they are looking for, sounds like a cheat code to me.
yeah,
So with
exactly.
yeah, yeah. And now, if someone doesn't have any experience, right? Like, what would you suggest that they do if they're looking to become a tech sales rep? Like, do they just go out and apply to every job that they can without any training? Do they get some training? What do they need to do?
Yeah, so I highly recommend, first of all, just purchase CourseCareers, the program itself. As I mentioned, yes, I had background experience, but I didn't know the terminology. I didn't know the world of tech sales. So one, that's the number one thing. The second one, which I wish I should have done sooner, was just book a coaching session with someone. It could be a one time. It doesn't matter what it is. I highly suggest that, due to, especially if they specialize on a particular topic you need help with. So let's say you're so early on trying to learn the role itself, apply, a book session with a coach on that. If you're looking at the part where you're looking for a job now, I highly recommend that. In my particular case, I actually provide ATS approved resume template to all my students, and this has been approved by the recruiters and everyone else. I also provide a lot more resources, such as how to objection handling, for cold call role play, everything, you name it. So I highly recommend getting a coach itself when it comes down to that. The other one is, if you're going brand new into the space, I recommend you applying into industry that you have previous experience in. For example, me, I came from a finance background. Realistically, it just made more sense to go into the fintech industry. Once again, it gives me the capability to articulate a lot easier, and it makes more sense whenever you're going into that company you're applying for. They're going to look at your background and be like, okay, that makes sense why this person is applying for. So if you have, let's say, a restaurant, a server background, go into a hospitality industry. If you have a teacher background, go to the education and technology. There's so many industries, and there's sub niches in that industry as well. You can go very detailed. So I highly recommend just applying for a industry that you have experience in. So,
Oh man, yeah, dude, that is so smart because even if you don't know, right, you're not in a space
mhm,
that seems tech. Just think about the stuff that you use every day. Like you're probably using some technology in that
right.
industry and the job you do. So start there, right? That's basically what you're
Yeah,
saying. Start there. Oh man.
exactly.
Yeah. So you spoke about being in the interview and being able to speak to it. But before you get to the interview, what are some things that they would really need to know and have on their resume to be considered? Like, what are some of those few things that you could give us?
Yeah, so I would say one thing I highly recommend besides the typical keywords is being able to articulate the impact that you have done with the current company or your previous company. So let me give you an example. So I'm a huge sports fan. I'm a Laker fan. So whenever a scout recruits a athlete, the thing they look at is the statistics, right? So everyone knows how to jump. Everyone knows has a shot. Everyone knows how to assist block, but what type of impact did you do with your current company or your previous one, or in that case, the school? Instead of saying, "Hey, I was a warehouse worker doing stocking inventory, moving stuff around," you could say something like, our team's production increased by 8% due to the new strategy that was advised. So if you were a recruiter and you looked at two resumes, one said the typical stock inventory and the other person showed, hey, we increased our production by 8%, who are you going to hire? Right? The
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
that actually has metrics to show the impact that they did for that company. So I highly recommend trying to add something like that. The second one is, yeah, you want to make sure you want to articulate interpersonal communication skills. Instead of putting that in your skills section, I highly recommend putting those keywords like lead generation, whatever it is, into your work experience. And then on the skills section, put your technical skills. For example, Zoom, Gmail, those are all tech stacks that you know how to use. So that's what recruiters would use. But those are like one of the biggest points I highly recommend when it comes to resumes.
Yeah, I love that. Save the rest of the juice for them when they get into your coaching, right? Like,
Right.
yeah, but no, those are good though. Those are good, and they can definitely get you somewhere. Now, Rich, I want you to help us build a little bit bigger picture around you. How long did it actually take you to get your first tech sales job with the job market? Well, let me stick with this. How long did it take you to get your first tech sales job?
Yeah, so from the time I finished the course, it took me about 70 days to finally accept a position when it came down to that.
Awesome, man. That's good work right there. And out of the 70 days, really quickly, how many was it you actually going through the course, or is that just you actually searching for the job? What is that?
Yeah, so after I finished the course, Course Careers Partners program, one of the companies reached out to me in a week later. I remember it was like the following Thursday. It was really great. It's just
Yeah.
based off of what they're doing, it just realistically didn't make sense for me to join their company.
Right.
They actually offered me the position on the spot, but it just realistically it didn't make sense for me due to what their particular industry I didn't have experience in, and I just, yeah, I didn't want to
Uphill
mess them
battle.
up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
to come in and not how to do the role. Afterwards, it kind of just kind of learning the whole system of the optimization and just best practices that Course Careers taught me, like using Appfolio or I'm sorry, Apollo. I did a lot of outsourcing myself afterwards. So during that time, even though I landed and accepted my first tech sales job 70 days, but within that time, I received 16 first round interviews, and I actually got 5 job offers altogether.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I was very fortunate. I remember before I accepted the job, I had during the time I had 4 companies reaching out, like actually offered me the position, but I played it in a way where I was able to control it, and it worked out in my favor.
And that's awesome. All things that you could also teach someone else how to do, right? Like if they were
Exactly. I do.
juggling.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know if y'all heard that.
Just
Anyways,
say.
so yeah, so with this job market that we're in right now, what could someone expect as far as them getting their first tech sales job?
Yeah, so we are living in a very interesting time at this moment, right? So realistically, and this is based off of, I'm a huge data person, so just kind of reading all the information collectively and just networking and asking questions with my recruiter friends that I network with. Realistically, it could take about 30 to 60 days in today's job market. It could completely change either the end of the year or even sooner. Anything could essentially happen, but in today's job market and what's happening to the United States right now, that's what I could realistically see happening. It's just due to so many people are applying for it, that position that's open. And if you look at the data that showed the layoffs, a lot of the layoffs were happening because of it was the recruiter industry due to now they have AI that helps automate them, right? So it's cheaper. And because now they're more of a skeleton crew and it's 600 applicants in one position, yeah, it's really hard for them to kind of, do it and expedite it. So,
Oh, that makes sense. But for someone who may be at somewhere that's a dead end or, hey, they don't see an upside, 30 to 60 days doesn't sound that bad, So definitely
100%.
something to look into. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Last one here. How would someone stand out, right? You mentioned about the candidates and how many there are or the market that we're in right now. How could someone stand out with so many candidates going out for these roles?
Yeah, so I would say the first one is having, besides the messaging, I would say having a great profile picture. I know it's so basic, but let me explain. So when we buy an item on Amazon, right? When you see a really nice picture, it doesn't matter what the item is, it gets to engage in that item. Same thing. What's going to happen is whenever you actually do an application, and let's say you did proper writing to get them to look at your profile, they're going to look at your profile, they're going to look at your picture, and they're going to think three things. One, are we able to work with this person every day? Two, is this person going to mess up our dynamic? And then three, is this person going to add value into our team? That's the biggest thing. The second one I highly recommend is, outreaching to the recruiters. We just recently hired a new sales enablement in our company. And the main thing she did was and it's funny, I was just having a conversation with her last Thursday. She's mentioned that she didn't get the job because of just applying. It's mainly outreaching people. The other one, which if you look at my channel, and I actually did a podcast with a guest, two guests, a recruiter and a sales leader, and I guess Ariana. She mentioned that doing a video resume. Sometimes
Yeah.
that is the best way to stand out, and it makes so much sense after she explained it. Back to my Amazon analogy, when you buy an item, the first thing you do is look at a review. And the first reviews you look at, if they have it, is either a video or a picture review, right? And that is the best way to show your personality. If you're able to do a video resume, at least you could showcase everything all collectively within, that 30 to 60-second video.
That was some good stuff right there. Because I know I do. I'm looking for the video. I want to see it in 4K if I can, all of that. So
Exactly.
So I love it, man. I love it. Those were great. Y'all, listen, if you're looking to become a tech sales rep, those are some of the ways that you can, get that help and be able to do that. Rich, he is a content creator. So he mentioned the video that he just did. You can find him on YouTube, and we'll link to his channel and his coaching space as well down below. Man, do you have anything else, Rich? You gave us a lot.
Yeah. One thing is do not give up. looking for a job is discouraging, but the good thing is you have the entire support from the whole community. You got Trey, you got me, you got everyone else. So we're all in together. Don't give up, all right?
For sure. Stay in the game, y'all. You cannot win if you don't stay in the game. And we'll see y'all in the next one.
Take care, guys.
All right, so that was how to become a tech sales rep. If you're looking to follow in Rich's footsteps by going through the CourseCareers Tech Sales course and landing your first tech sales job, there is a link in the description below that's going to allow you to sign up for their free introduction course. Now, this is going to teach you everything you need to know about what working in tech sales is like and how the CourseCareers Tech Sales program works. So by joining the course, you'll even be able to get Rich as your coach to help you get support through your entire journey of going through the course and landing your first job. Also, if you're looking to hear more about Rich's story, be sure to click the video that we've linked to next.